Hey there, my name is Hydrogen Heather, and thank you so much. We're very excited to have you here with us for today's experiment of the day. And today is doubly exciting because not only are we live here on the Dallas-Fort Worth page, but we are global as well on the overall High Touch, High Tech Science Made Fun page. So we have a lot more friends joining us today, and it's very exciting to have each and every one of you. So let's jump right in. Today we are doing one of the most famous experiments of all time. This experiment is brilliant because not only is it very scientific, but it branches over into reading and writing and even art as well. We are going to be making Oobleck. Now, we're going to focus on the science today, but every child has read the story of Oobleck and the green goo coming from the sky when the king gets bored. But what we're really talking about is viscosity. So let me just ask, can any of you explain to me what viscosity is? Okay, and that's all right, but let me tell you this, you fully understand viscosity, okay? So, real world example here. In our refrigerator, we have two separate liquids that I can think of right off the top of my head. We have a bottle of syrup in our refrigerator that we put on our pancakes, and then we also have filtered water that we can pour into a cup. Which of those two liquids is thicker and which is thinner?
The water is thinner and the syrup is thicker.
Okay, the syrup is thicker and the water is thinner. And which one is easier to pour because of that? The water is easier to pour. It is less viscous. So you do understand the concept of viscosity. Well, we're going to take a look at a liquid/solid whose viscosity changes. It's called a non-Newtonian fluid because we can actually change its viscosity. So to start with, I'm going to need help from everybody. All you need for this experiment is cornstarch and water, and if you want to get fancy, you can put a little bit of green food coloring in. So we're going to do 1.5 cups of cornstarch. So first, Olivia, can you please dump this into our bowl? Very nice work. And Nevaeh, you are going to go second. All right, nice work. And Daniel, you are going to go third. So we are doing 1.5 cups of cornstarch. Buddy, can you help me put that in? Ready? Upside down you go. Nice work. Now, I'm going to set this up here. We might need that again. And if you want, it's always fun to kind of stay with the theme of the story and the king's green Oobleck. So I'm just going to put a few drops of food coloring into 1 cup of water. And Savannah, can you pour most of that in there, but then leave just a little bit? Kind of start pouring, and I'll tell you when to stop. Okay, let's stop for just a moment. So I like to add the water just a little bit slowly to make sure that we don't add too much, but like anything else in baking, if you do accidentally wind up adding too much, that's no problem at all because you can just add more cornstarch. So what we want is a nice liquidy mixture that kind of turns from a solid to a liquid, and we're going to pour it in the pie pan in just a moment so we can get a real feel for it. Can you pour a little bit more water in right there where it's chunky? Okay, stop. That looks very, very good.
Why is it hard?
Why is it hard? Because its viscosity is changing as I am applying pressure. And I think we have a pretty good mix here. So what I am going to do is I'm going to grab some of this Oobleck so that you can see exactly what we're dealing with here. And I want you to notice that I can pick this up like a big ball, but then when I stop applying pressure, it pours right out of my hand like a liquid. And oh, what a gooey mess this is.
Is it hard?
It is hard, and yet, once I relax the pressure, it just drips right off. So before I pour any more in there, Savannah, I want you to take your hand, because your hand is clean, and I just want you to smack your hand right on there. No, I want you to smack it. Lift your hand and smack down. Nope, lift your hand and smack. Oh my goodness. Now, normally if you did that in a liquid that had low viscosity, like water, it would splash over the place. But actually what's happening is when she slapped it, nothing happened because it was behaving like a solid when she applied the pressure. Is it starting to stick to your hand now? And actually her hand is sinking in the oobleck. Now, Savannah, go ahead and slowly lift your hand up. And very quickly her handprint disappears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of oobleck into everybody's hand, and I want you to see if you can change it from a solid to a liquid. So look how I'm applying pressure, but then look, I can also drip. So hold your hand out, and I'm going to give everybody a nice glob of this oobleck. And then when you click on the lesson plan, you can go really deep into a very good definition of viscosity and exactly what's going on here. But basically, we want to remember that the reason that the viscosity changes in oobleck is because we are applying pressure. When you get this in your hands, you are going to notice that every time we apply pressure, we get a solid. And then as soon as we stop applying pressure, that solid turns into a liquid. And it all has to do with surface tension in the water and how the water molecules are fitting in between the cornstarch molecules and when they can and cannot flow around. Very interesting viscosity work here. So one very important note. When you make your oobleck and when you are finished with it, do not rinse it down your sink. Make sure that you dispose of it in your garbage can. And remember to click on the lesson plan below. It will give you all the proportions that you need. And we want to thank you for joining us today. And we will see you right back here tomorrow.